Hi everyone, my name is Nashtha Nakeer, a business studies lecturer for O levels at Activate Academy. In this video, I will be touching on three things. What are these three things? Number one, what is motivation? Number two, why is motivation important for every business organization out there? Number three, what drives people to work in a business organization? Let's begin with this concept. What is motivation? By definition, motivation, I would say, is the reason why people work hard. It's the reason why people put effort to sort of achieve an objective. It is the reason why people sort of put effort into getting things done. Now this drive, this force, this effort, this feeling that you're putting in is what you call motivation. To make it more easier for you to understand, let's understand it through a real life example. To the one watching this video right now, you could be an O-level student, you could be an A-level student. Let's just say your mom comes up to you and tells you, look, if you score 5 A stars for your O-levels, I will get you the latest 17 Pro Max, or I will get you the latest Xbox. Think about it, as a student, that feeling is superb. You're said to be the posh kid of school at that point. So what will you do in return? You will work extremely hard. You will work day and night. Now this force, this spark, this effort, this energy that you put in is what you call motivation. To make it even more simple to you, let me talk about a real life fact. There was this guy called James Dyson. Who is James Dyson? The girls out there, you will know who James Dyson is. He was the one that came up with the hair dryer, air purifier that all girls are craving for out there. So James Dyson, what did he do? If it was you and me, ideally when we start a business, right? After 3, 4, 5, 6 tries, we tend to give up. Why? Because we think it's a failure. But this guy, James Dyson, he wasn't like that. What did this guy do? Even after producing 5,124 samples, 5,124 prototypes, this guy still didn't give up. His drive was money. His drive was status. His drive was fame. Now this drive to continue to go on is what you call motivation. And guess what? His 5,125th product became a success. Now what did you learn from this story? In this story you learned that the effort you put in, that drive you put in is what you call motivation. But let's link it to business studies. When you talk about business studies, who is the main asset? The workers. They are the ones that sort of get things done. They are the ones that produce goods and services for you. So ideally, who is supposed to get that drive for a company? The workers. What can you do as a business to give that drive to workers? There are so many things that you can do to sort of give that drive to workers, but one of the major driving forces out there is money. You and I can definitely agree on this. A reason as to why I'm standing here and working is also money. So therefore, again, what drives you to work? What gives you that force to work? What gives you that feeling to work? That feeling is what you call motivation. Likewise, what have we understood from this concept motivation? That drive factor, that push factor that allows you to get a task done, that allows you to achieve an objective is what you call motivation. Moving on to the second concept. The second concept is, why is motivation a pure goal for businesses? In other words, why is it important to have motivation in business organizations out there? Like I told you, think about it. If there are workers working in a business, if they are not motivated, in a sense they're not given money or they're not given anything that they like, will they work? No. And if they don't work, is there output for the business? No. If there's no output for the business, can the business succeed, get money? No. So likewise over here, again, what have you understood? It is important for you to motivate workers through different means, can be money, can be through other means, and sort of get things going to sort of allow them produce products for the organization. Allow yourself as a business organization make money, make profits. From this concept, what have we understood? We've understood through the two examples that I gave you. If you take the O-level kid, what was the O-level kid's drive factor? The 17 Pro Max, the latest Xbox. If you take James Dyson, what was his drive factor? Money, fame, success, status. So over here again, that drive factor, that feeling, that energy that you are putting in is what you call motivation. Moving on to the second concept. What is the second concept? What is the driving force for people to work? Here we'll be learning different reasons. Let me quickly state out these reasons to you. Moving on to our second concept. What is our second concept? What drives people to work in business organizations out there? Now, let's look at a few reasons as to why people actually work. There are several reasons. I can have different reasons. You can have different reasons maybe once you grow up. But one of the major reasons why people work is because of money. This factor, money. Why is money an important factor for people to start working? Think about it. Only with money, you can buy whatever you like, right? Only with money, you can afford luxury items. Only with money, your wants are satisfied. If money is not there, you can't do anything, right? That is one of the reasons why people work, for money. Number two, what's the second reason why people work? Job satisfaction. Typical example. Let's just say, you have an interest in doing something, right? You can change your interest to a business. And the second you change your interest to a business, easy money. So in this case, another reason why people work is because they enjoy the job that they do. They enjoy the task that they do. And eventually that is converted into a business. Business makes profits and money, right? The third reason, self-esteem. What does self-esteem mean? Just to make things more easy, let me explain this through an example. I give you two options, right? First option, you don't have a job. Second option, you have a job. Who are people going to respect more? The one with the job or the one without the job? Obviously, the one with the job. And the reason for that is because you have their respect, right? You have a status for yourself. People are going to look upon you, right? That is what you call self-esteem, and that is another reason why people work, to get that status, right? To get that respect. Number four, what is the fourth reason? Social needs. What are social needs? Again, let's link it through an example. I'll give you two options, right? Option number one, you're all alone in your workplace. Option number two, in your workplace, you have a bunch of friends, you have a lot of work colleagues, etc. Where will you get that drive to sort of get things done? Where will you get that drive to sort of, get your tasks done, achieve your objectives on a daily basis? Obviously, when your friends are there with you, right? Think about school itself. When you take school in itself, because of your friends is why you complete your task or complete your group project. If that is not there, if your friends are not there, you won't get that feeling factor, the good factor, the push factor to sort of get things done. So therefore, these are different reasons why people work. What are the reasons that we learned? Number one, money. Majority will agree with this. Number two, job satisfaction. What does job satisfaction mean? You're doing something that makes you happy. You're doing something where, the task that you do, you enjoy it. You get that inner satisfaction. Number three, self-esteem. What does self-esteem mean? Respect, status, prestige. Third reason why people work. Number four, social needs. What are social needs? To mingle, to have friends, to, move with different people. That, again, gives you a different feeling. What is that feeling? To get things done, to achieve objectives. These are, again, reasons why people work. And finally, let's dig into the last concept. What is the last concept? Why is motivation important for business organizations out there? Why is it pure gold for businesses to have motivation as a factor for them, right? Now, you take business organizations, as I mentioned, workers are the ones producing the good. Workers are the ones completing the task. Workers are the ones that get things done. And only if they get things done, you can sort of, sell the good, make money for yourself. Now, in this case, there are other benefits that you can get for yourself as well as a business. What are these other benefits? I'll list it down. mentioned, the last concept that I'll be talking about over here is benefits of motivation, or again, why is it pure gold for you to have motivation in your business? There can be tons and tons of benefits out there if you have motivation as a factor in your business. How do workers get motivated? Like I mentioned, can be through money, can be through other means, but majority in this video, I'll stick to money, because if I talk about other means, that will take a lot of time. So we'll stick to this concept of money. If more money is given to workers, one of the benefits that you can get in terms of your business is that workers will get that drive, will get that push factor to start increasing their output, increasing the number of goods and services produced in the company. That is benefit number one. The second benefit is willingness to accept change. What does willingness to accept change mean? Think about it. If you have a business, right, completely filled with motivated people, you give them money, you give them what they want, you give them that push, that driving factor, to sort of get things done. If you're going to give stuff, money and whatnot, they'll definitely be motivated. So think about the position where you have a well-motivated workforce. If in case, in this scenario, the business decides to implement something new, in that case, these workers will be willing to accept that change. They'll be willing to take up that challenge. They'll be willing to do anything at this point. Why? That is because, again, they're motivated. That push factor is there. They'll be willing to sort of take it to their brains, learn how things are done, and get things done for the business. Again, what's the sole reason for motivation? What's the sole reason for this? That's because they're being given what they want. That push factor is there. They're motivated. The third benefit is lower rates of absenteeism. What does that mean? Take yourself, myself. When we were going to school, if school was interesting, right, if the teachers were superb, if the environment was really good, obviously every morning would you be excited to get up and sort of go to school every day? For sure. But let's just say it's the opposite. Yeah, environment is a bit boring, no friends, teachers are useless, whatnot, you'll be demotivated to go to school. You won't really go to school at that moment. So now let's link this to a business. In a business environment, let's just say workers are treated really well, they're given what they want. Obviously, will they be motivated to get up every single day and go to work? For sure, yes. That is why I'm speaking about low rates of absenteeism over here. They'll be willing to come into work, not stay at home. That is again another reason as to why motivation is important and a benefit of having motivation in your business. Last one, low labor turnover. What does low labor turnover mean? Over here, before I explain this concept of low labor turnover, let me explain to you what labor turnover means. By definition, labor turnover is the number of people leaving the business. So let's just say a lot of people are leaving the business. A huge number of people are leaving the business. We call it high labor turnover. But let's just say, again, let's talk about it the other way. Few people are leaving the organization. Not many are leaving the organization. In that scenario, we say there's a low labor turnover rate. So think about it. If you have a motivated workforce, all your staff are motivated, do you think they'll have a high labor turnover rate or a low labor turnover rate? Obviously, they'll have a low labor turnover rate. What does that mean? Few people are leaving the organization. If the organization was not treating the workers well, not giving what workers want, there in that scenario, we say there's high labor turnover. But in this case, you're motivating your workers well, you're giving them what they want, there will exist low labor turnover. Right now, I've utilized a few minutes to explain 3 concepts to you. What are these 3 concepts? What is motivation? How motivation is beneficial for an organization, and what drives people to work in a business organization. Now, this concept motivation is just an introduction. There is so much more to this particular concept. What are we learning apart from this? We'll be learning financial rewards, non-financial rewards, motivational theories. It continues to go on and on and on. To learn more, do join our classes. We have the options of physical and online here at Activate Academy.